Hello, happy November. I just wanted to pop in and do my November TBR real quick. I'm not doing any readathons in November, so this is going to be a quick little, I'm going to do a few pulls from my TBR jar and then just kind of talk about options for that and just other stuff that I might read in November. If this is the first TBR video you've seen from me, I'm a mood reader. I like the concept of TBR videos. I enjoy making TBR videos, but when it comes to actually like sticking to a TBR, I'm not very good at it. So more so than like a strict TBR, this is gonna be like, these are kind of the things that I'm in the mood for right now, but we'll just kind of see where November takes us. So let's jump right into it and see what I get from the TBR jar. All right, so pick number one will be this one. Oh, that one, we're starting off easy for our first month back into the TBR jar in a while. Ebook, I can do that very easily. So for ebook, I am actually going to read the second book in the Ravens. I think it's a duology. It's called The Monarchs. It's by Cass Morgan and Danielle Page. I read The Ravens last month and I really enjoyed it, so I'm looking forward to continuing, seeing what The Monarchs has to offer. If you don't know what The Ravens is about, it is a story about a college sorority at Westerly College in Savannah, Georgia. And it's considered like this super snobby elite sorority that never lets anyone in. But in actuality, it is a coven. So obviously you only get in if you're a witch. And we just follow them and some things that happen. So if you like stories about college sororities, covens, witches, that kind of stuff, pick it up. You might like it. I did. So I will be continuing that series. Again, I think it's a duology. I'm not really sure, but I'll be reading that in November. I already have the ebook from the library, so that's that. Pick number two will be this one. Okay, last letter, first letter. I don't actually remember what I meant by this. I think I take the last letter of the title of the last book that I read, and it has to be the first letter of the first word of the title of the book that I pick, if that makes sense. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I come up with for that one. For last letter equals first letter, I will be using the letter Y. The last book that I finished is The Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, so I have to work with a Y. And for this one, I am going to read You Were There Too by Colleen Oakley. It's another kind of like older TBR pick. Not pick, but it's been on my TBR for a while. It came out in 2020. The basic premise is that this woman is having dreams. She's happily married, but she's having dreams that feature another man. And then her and her husband move to somewhere in Pennsylvania. And the man from her dreams is actually like a real person that lives there, and they meet. And it turns out he's been having dreams with her in them too. That's all I really know about it. That's all I really remember. But I remember being interested in it, so we will see if I'm still interested in it, if I enjoy it. So yeah, that is my pick for last letter, first letter. And pick number three. Will be this one, because it was kind of unraveling on my finger. And that is Read or Unhaul. Okay, so this is actually perfect because I need to film a read or unhaul video. So I'll just pick one of those books and you'll get a little spoiler for what's going to be in that video. And for Read or Unhaul, again, this is going to give you a little spoiler of a video that technically I already filmed, but something happened to the video, so I have to refilm it. But you're gonna get a little insight into what's gonna be in that video with this book. And for that one, I'm going to be reading The Vampire Diaries, The Awakening. It's the first half of this book, so I'm not gonna read this whole book, but I'm gonna try to read just the first story that's part of this book. Actually, it still has like the Amazon packing slip in it, and it says that I bought these books in 2011. Like I bought all 4, well, I don't know if it's all 4, but I bought 4 Vampire Diaries books. Where is it? Yep. November 10th, 2011. So it's actually been exactly 11 years that I've had these books and I haven't read them. So we are going to attempt to read the first story in this book. And you will see this again in my Read It or Unhaul It video. So that's it for TBR Jar Picks. And now I just want to talk about a couple other books that I do want to read this month. So as I said, the last book I finished in October was The Hawthorne Legacy. I cannot wait to pick up The Final Gambit, which is the final book in the Inheritance Games trilogy. I don't have my hands on a copy yet from the library or that I bought, so I'm gonna have to get it. Hopefully the wait at the library isn't too long. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to finishing out that trilogy. I really loved the first 2 books. Like, they weren't like 5-star reads for me, but they were really good. I enjoyed them while I was listening to the audiobooks. So that, and then another book that I have, this one was actually on my September TBR. Actually, I think it was on my October TBR too, and I didn't get to it. But These Hollow Vows by Lexi Ryan. This is a fae story. We're following Bree, and her sister was kidnapped by the Unseelie King, and in order to save her, Bree has to, you know, do some stuff for him. I think she has to like infiltrate the Seelie court and like make the prince fall in love with her or something. I have no idea. I read the summary of this a long time ago. I just kind of glanced at it and whatever, but I love fae books. I've heard this kind of compared to ACOTAR, and you know me, I'm always on the hunt for something that gives me the same feels as ACOTAR did. So yeah, I want to try to get to that this month. I kind of had a month-long hiatus on Wheel of Time, so in November I do definitely want to finish the Dragon Reborn audiobook and maybe start on the 4th book. I'm not sure. We'll see how I do with that. I have said before, I'm not really keeping myself on a timeline for that. I don't have like a reading timeline, like a month per book or anything. I'm just kind of doing it, like listening to the audiobooks or reading as I can. So, but I do want to finish The Dragon Reborn because I think it's been spaced out over like 3 or 4 months now. So yeah, that one is on the list. And the last thing that I have kind of on my potential maybe read list in November is One Step Too Far by Lisa Gardner. This was actually a gift from a woman that I worked with. You'll probably see this in a book haul eventually, but you know, another spoiler alert. I have this book now. A coworker gave it to me. I don't really know anything about it. Something about the woods. Timothy O'Day knew the woods, yet when he disappeared on the first night of a bachelor party camping trip with his best friends in the world, he didn't leave a trace. Yeah, it's a thriller. The same coworker gave me a thriller at the beginning of this year, and I really enjoyed it, so I'm looking forward to reading this one. She said it was really good. But I mean, she's just a really positive, happy person, so I think she says that about everything. She just likes everything, so I don't actually know. I haven't really looked at any reviews or anything for this, but I'm looking forward to picking it up, so hopefully I will get a chance to read that in November as well. Not to mention, I'm sure she just wants to know my thoughts on it, so. All right, so those are the books that I am hoping to get to in November. Have you read any of these books? Did you like them? Did you not like them? Do you think I'll like them? I feel like I say that in every video, but I really would like to know your opinions if you've read them, because I don't know, it's always fun knowing what other people think of the books that you read. So yeah, those are my reading plans for November. Obviously these 2 books are kind of filling in for the next books in their series, but I'm excited. I have, you know, high hopes for some of these books that I'm going to be reading. Hopefully I have a good reading month. I hope you have a good reading month in November. And yeah, I guess that's it for this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.